Hey, Purpose Factor community, let's talk about it. As I promised you, we back at it today talking about trapping is a trap, part two. Because I feel like this topic is so heavy and it's so much different ways to attack this particular subject. And I wanted to be thorough on how I spoke about it. So we talked about how, trapping is a trap and how, it lands you in prison. It limits our growth ability. It tears our community down from the inside out because you're hurting your family, you're hurting others people's families, and it's just food for thought we got to think about. Now today I want to address it from this perspective because this is another part. My water. Excuse me. You gotta stay hydrated. Is that, even if you were misled and fixed in a train of thought and thinking like through my environment, through my people, through what I came up, my experiences, that this is all that you had. And for a period of time, that's what you did, okay? I'm asking genuinely, when do you realize that this is not serving you any further, or you've met your height of where you should start to think outside the box and try something different? Like, you don't really get to enjoy life unless you are educating yourself and learning more things to enhance your quality of life. So where you start, as we always say, does not depict where you end up. And we know this because a lot of us started out, destitute, broke, no food, no lights, drug addicted parents, family members, low income housing, low income households, all of these things is where you started out. And that was the motivation for you to feel like you didn't have any opportunity other than what was outside your door, which is street life and trapping to make a life, But then when you started to say, even if you did feed your family and you did get those bare necessities met, then what? What holds you into that mindset still? Ask yourself, am I truly a growth mindseted person or a fixed mindseted person? Are you truly an optimistic person or a pessimistic person? So you see, these are things that I'm asking you to ask yourself. This is not something that for the world. It's for you to go home and sit with yourself in the mirror and just ask yourself, are you truly, truly living a quality of life that you're happy with doing this? Ask yourself. You know what I mean? So when I say that it's a trap, it's also a trap in our mental way of living and thinking about ourselves. It doesn't allow you the growth outside of the norms to enjoy life to the fullest how we're supposed to. Because you're always just in that hub of just criminal mentality and criminology. You know what I mean? It was just so resounding to me as I decided to leave that life alone, what I started to really feel like I can experience. The world is moving forward. The world has become a part virtually as it is in real life. I think everything is more, especially with the pandemic, everything is went virtual. It's like if you're not online with stuff in life, like you're not even living. You want to be sociable, you have to be online with things. You have to be moving. You have to have these different sites and apps that you're utilizing to really be able to move around, or you're just just constrained to just your social norms within your neighborhood or where you're from or where the people that you know locally. But how do you get to know and build relationships with people business-wise, social-wise, across the world, across the country? The internet. But as being a person coming from that lifestyle, I didn't feel like that was my opportunity. I couldn't exhaust those opportunities because I was always afraid of, who's watching. Who's clocking my moves online? Who's looking at who I'm looking at? Who's following who I follow? All these things were on my mind. So it's trapped me from being able to grow myself out exponentially business-wise. As an entrepreneur, I needed those things and it just opened me up. And I feel so happy and joyous that I'm able to utilize those things now because I don't have that feeling of being constrained to just saying, I'm in my trap. Or I got to keep my trap quiet. I got to keep my trap, on one level because I don't want people to really know who I am or what I'm living like. You know what I mean? Like I said, a lot of us, man, I've met the best people in prison during long periods of time. And I know there's a lot of men out there that understand what I'm saying, that we left them behind when we were released and came home, and they still doing their years, counting them down to maybe never even getting home. They got February numbers. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's up in there. And you left them up in there. Smart, intelligent young men. Now, older men sometimes, too. They've been in there that long. You know what I mean? You came in, did your time, and left them. They still there. And just the potential, the wealth of potential that's left in prison behind. Like, it's mad depressing to me to think about that. You know what I mean? So all I can do is I can't change their reality because they already set theirs in stone. But they made a decision. And they doing their time. They paying their debt to society as we know we got to do when we live in that life and we get in trouble, we get caught up. You got to pay your debt to society. But I'm saying that there's change that we can make though. There's change that we can make though, and it's on us to make them. You feel me? It's on us to try to change the mindset and what we do and how we moving in our communities to set, others coming up see it different. If we keep showing them, you know what I mean? Jay-Z is only one person. There's so many people trying to chase down that image. He's like, and that's how it is though. And that's how I believe that's how they shake it up. That's how the devil keep us kind of running in a circle, because you have to have a couple people make it, because that's what keeps it going. You feel me? That's what keeps the foolery going. You keep on trying to say that I'm going to be like that one person. Everybody's not going to be there. There's going to be way more people that's going to fall victim to this decision that is going to be winners at the end of the day. And that's what you have to be real with. And that's why I continue to say that trapping is a trap, because that is the real reality of it. I'm sorry. I'm re-bringing it real today. You know, I've been trying to like figure out how I was gonna bring this conversation to my people, you know, and what was the right opportunity to do so. And I'm just saying, as I'm moving forward and I'm dealing with people every day, and I'm realizing the decisions that they're up against, it's a lot having to do with the music. You know what I mean? That's how they're getting us right now. The music, the constant reference to the game, is making our youth feel like that's all they gotta do they could do to even be cool. I'm trying to bump to my people like, man, reading is cool, learning is cool, being educated in life and whatever skill that you're doing is cool. Having a trade that you know how to fix certain things or do certain things, you know what I mean? It's cool too. Like, it can't just be one way of thinking and there's one way of just vibing out in life. Like, oh, I'm not negative, or I'm not a hustler, or I'm not that, I'm not cool. Nah, you cool because you cool. God made you cool. What you mean you're not cool? Who could tell you you're not cool? You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to bring it real to my people today and really have a conversation, man. It's time to stop that, man. It's time to be better. Let's make better. Let's be better. Let's encourage our people to be better. You know what I mean? By starting with the man in the mirror. What are you living like? Are you not agreeing with me too? That trapping is a trap? Ask yourself how many times you done been to jail. Ask them how many times you don't have to leave your family. Ask how many times you done made countless money and lost countless money behind this trap that keep you running around feeling like you got to keep on making up for it. Let's just try to make a life for ourselves that we going up one way. Yeah, and even if we do have a failure or a stop, it don't take us out the game. We still out here. We're not going to prison. You know what I mean? It's just for you to reassess what we doing in life, man. That's all I'm trying to do for my people, man. Just think about it. I ain't knocking nobody. You know, you do what you have. If you feel like that's what you got to do right now, I don't know how to just say to you, you know, you're all bad. And that's what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to say that I lived it too, so I'm in it. I understand, but I'm saying there is a way out. And we have to use those other options. We have to utilize the other options that we have in life to be able to make a way out of our daunting environment, our at-risk, low-income, violent, criminal thinking and environments that we come from, the neighborhoods that we come from. There's other ways to make it out, all right? So, hey, man, like and subscribe to the channel. I know this is a heavy one, you know, but it's in my heart, so I had to bring it like this today. A little more longer video than you used to having, but it's a lot more content that I wanted to get out on this topic, all right? Been thinking about it a long time, so, you know, I hope y'all feeling me. And like and subscribe to the channel, leave a comment or two, man. I will see you on the next one. You know what it is.